Hello. The question is, what's life all about? Where do we come from? Who are we? And what happens when we die? And in between the lifespan, whatever time we have, what do we do and how do we make the best of it? Well, there are a number of factors which come into play. First of all, what do we do? Who are we and where do we come from? The most important one is we know who we are. Because if we don't know who we are, we're forever searching and life's ticking by and going on and we don't do anything. We've got to find out also our purpose on the planet. Now, it's very, very simple. There's nothing complex about that. If you believe in God, whatever religion you subscribe to, some religions are absolute rubbish and some are really good, but that's up to you. If you do believe in God, then you know you have a purpose. You're going to go to heaven when you die, and that's it. And that's down to you and what you do and whatever your faith subscribes to in itself and everything else. The other thing is, if you are an atheist or an agnostic, or you believe in the Darwinian principle or whatever, then of course you're not really much good anyway. You're going to die, that's it. You're going to go to dust, you're going to go to bone meal, and you're going to be stuff that plants grow on in the future in the garden. So you know where you are. You know which side of the bread is buttered for you. The other thing is, we've got to understand how we are as people. Because if we don't, we can't go on asking questions to scientists because they'll give us a scientific answer, and scientists only have as much information as what they've discovered today. What they discover tomorrow is something else, and it may miss a vital part of the total equation or the jigsaw. So we can't actually rely on scientific evidence based on what they think or what they know as of today. The other thing is, we can't actually listen to people who are theologians either, because they'll tell you about the past, but they can't tell you about the future. They can only tell you what they think or what's actually written in scriptural content, and it's only man's interpretation. And that's the big difference between God and religion. Nobody created God, but man created religion. So religion is full of failures, it's full of faults, it's full of interpretations which are not correct, it's full of divisive knowledge, all kinds of subliminal thoughts and what you think, what he thinks, what they think, modern ideology. And some religions, such as Islam, are really not brought up to date. Hence, the majority of people are in a depressed state in the world. They're actually, unfortunate people. One of the things we have to understand about ourselves is happiness, because happiness is part and parcel of the human condition. If we're not happy, then we're just striving to live for no reason at all. And if we don't have love in our hearts, and love is the most important aspect, then we are just void of anything. We're just no better than robots or drones, just aimlessly going along in life, forward, thinking about things, doing things robotically, eating, drinking, sleeping. There's no future for us at all. We don't have any camaraderie with man or mankind. And people like that don't get very far in life, because there's nothing for them to go to, nowhere for them to leave from or to end up, because love is an intrinsic part. It gives us a feeling of value, it gives us a feeling of who we are, it gives us a feeling of place in life, where our place is and what we do. It gives us a feeling of understanding as well as and compassion towards other races and other people. So it's vitally important that we do all these kind of things. At the same time, looking across to the future, we see lots and lots of different people from different races and different cultures. And because we do that, we understand that there's a great complexity in life. There's a giant picture which we don't often see from our microcosm where we're standing. We look to this side and that side, we see people doing this, people doing that, people doing something else. But unless we understand what it's all about, we get confused. Why do they do that? Why are they that colour? Why do they use those foods? And all these kind of things. And why are some countries all war-torn all the time? And why are some always going ahead? And why is the West more advanced than most of the other countries in the world? And if you see how people live and their thought patterns and their religious content, you come to understand why some countries forge ahead. This is all part and parcel of our complex system. We need to feel comfortable with ourselves. We need to enjoy life. And if we don't understand things, that's fine too. We don't have to understand everything, but we've got to be comfortable with what we do understand. And we've got to be complicit with what is out there so that we can actually feel at one with ourselves and feel at one with the world. Part 2 coming up shortly.